Okay, got it. All right, let's see. Let's get this all set up here. Okay.
Making your house a home is something
Okay, little dark in here. What's up? Trying to get things. We got mosquitoes coming in here. I'm in the garage getting set up. So, happy Friday night. Friday night lights here. Let me get some lights on here. So, give me a second here. Let's turn some lights on. Ooh. All right. Much better. What's up, guys? Thanks for coming in. So appreciate it. Ricardo, Evan, Reyes, everyone saying what's up. We are going live here on a Friday night. So thanks for coming in to the channel. Big Friday night because tonight is kind of the end. You'll never be able to enter again for our dual giveaway for the 69. And you can see Mamba back there. If you saw the video we just uploaded, we're back to black. In the black Mamba, of course, got the dark horse, Papa Smurf. So we're just hanging out, celebrating the end of the giveaway, and just to talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's on the agenda we want to talk about, we want to hang out with, about what everyone's excited about. Hello, what's up? People are coming in from all over the place, so I appreciate you. The 2024 Mustang hate. We're going to talk about the 2025 GT500 coming out. Or Cobra. All that I know I'll share with you on this live stream. I want to talk about, the tuning, the dark horse, all the other models we know that might be coming for the S650. Just going to cover it all. But first, just remind you guys that at midnight tonight is your last chance to enter for the giveaway. So link in description on 3supply.com. Grab some merch, enter to win. So let's talk about what the thumbnail is, the next GT500, because been a lot of internet hate for the S650. Personally, as you can tell by these two, I'm a big fan of the S650, but first we'll want to address why people seem to not like the car. I get it. I think there's a lot of things that that make sense, a lot of things don't make sense. One thing that doesn't make sense to me is people are disappointed by the performance. The S650, stock for stock, is, and we've seen it, is either as fast, a little bit slower, a little bit faster, depending on what you raise, tire, time, setup. I think people are more upset because it's pricier, and people don't like the fact that this is a locked ECU right now. So once those things go down, we're able to tune the car, and people are able to, hopefully the economy gets better because it sucks right now. These cars used in a year will be more attainable. People really enjoy them, because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm saying this with, not because I just want you to watch all my 24 Mustang content. This is a heck of a car to drive. Tech, comfort, everything is just way better than what it used to be. And it's not to trash S550. S550 is great, guys. No one's been a more champion of S550 than me. But I think we just got to give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a chance. So, but anyways, I really enjoy the dark horse, driving it. Check out Shmi F1 150 just got one, and he gave your boy a nice shout out, so I appreciate that. And of course, Throttle House just put out a video about theirs on the track being their fastest Mustang on their particular track with the dark horse. Pretty cool stuff, pretty exciting. So much more to come. But let's talk about the GT500 that's coming out. Let's talk about what I'm calling the last hope, right? The GTD, the $300,000 Mustang, is they're only gonna make 2,000 to 3,000 units total. Maybe they'll make more. It's not very attainable for many people. That's gonna be the Jay Leno, the Shmi 150. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even think about it. I'll try. I'll put my name in, but I probably won't get approved. But the Mustang, the last hope, will probably be the GT500. I'm I'll be real with you. I did not know the Dark Horse was coming out. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about the. I had a hunch that the GTD was coming out. I didn't know they were going to call it GTD, or I didn't know there was going to be $300,000. But what we can look forward to is that. What's up, Lemonade Man? What we can look forward to is that in this Mustang's 60th birthday is in April of next year. We're going to probably be seeing the either debut or the first shots or images or the first kind of, I don't know what Ford has planned, but I think we're going to see the next GT500 or Cobra, whatever they're going to call it, because I don't know if Ford has the name rights anymore with Shelby. So we could be calling it the Cobra R. Bro, John Murray, I appreciate you. I would love a GTD allocation. That would mean a lot, but my goodness, that's a house. Oh man, $300,000. Woo, it's a lot of money. But what I'm coming to, my point is I'm hearing that the GT500 or the Cobra that's coming out could actually be stick shift, which is good, but also could actually even be NA. Interesting. And we could see things as far as the Megazilla motor in there, which would be crazy. It's weird to think of a push rod back into a Mustang, like a GT500, but we've seen, if you watch my good friend and mentor Revan Evans videos, just type in 7.3 Godzilla motor, the way they love boost, that would be pretty crazy to see that. If you remember, the GT350 had this like kind of test mule all over Michigan, and they had it at the shows with this big, huge cowl hood trying to shoehorn that Megazilla motor in there. So we could see that because Ford has put so much into the 5.0. It's all over the S650. It's in the Dark Horse. It's in the Dark Horse R. So what's going to be, and we still have the 5.2 from the GT500 into GTD, but it leaves you to question what's the next motor, what's the next V8 Ford's going to put into. So this GT500 could be the Beans or Cobra, whatever you want to call it. Now that leads me to the big elephant in the room is, do you think, and I surmise, because Camaro's dead, because Hellcats are dead, Ford's main competitor is going to be probably, there's a mosquito here, the Corvette, a Corvette. And what did Corvette just come out with? Corvette just came out with the E-Ray. And what is the E-Ray? A hybrid V8 all-wheel drive that goes 0-60 in 2.5 seconds. So I'm thinking, and I'm saying to myself, what would make sense to me is to see a Mustang hybrid all-wheel drive GT500. That's crazy, but I think it's definitely doable because it would make sense because they need something to fight and to get into that segment. Because what happens is, you have the GTD, which is 300 grand. You have this Dark Horse, which is about 60, 70 grand. There's this big middle ground, right? So that middle ground would be what is Corvette E-Ray fighting. I would love to see a hybrid V8 all-wheel drive GT500. I think that would really set it off. Now, how is that possible? If it's a Cobra GT500, we're going to say whatever we call it. You guys remember we had back in the day an F-150 Power Boost, which is basically a 10-speed with an electric motor on it as well. It's already there. Ford already has the tech. So you figure GT500, dual clutch is already there, 8-speed or 7-speed, whatever they want to choose. You put the 10-speed in there with the hybrid Power Boost motor, transmission, What do you have? You have 800 horsepower, and then you put the all-wheel drive system in there. The car is already 4,000 pounds plus, right? So what's the difference in making an all-wheel drive setup? But we'll see what happens. I mean, the fact that the Corvette E-Ray is not only now, cars are so expensive now, starts 104, goes 130. That's right in the wheelhouse of what the next Cobra or GT500 should be. So we've been teasing it. We've been talking about it. Is there ever going to be an all-wheel drive hybrid Mustang? Possibly that could be the next car. Actually, if you want to joke about it, the Mustang SUV Mach-E, listen, I do not co-sign that. I'm not a fan of the Mach-E. I wish it didn't happen, but it's just like that little thing we stuff in the corner that we don't really mention in the Mustang community, but hey, it exists, right? There's a Mustang all-wheel drive electric SUV. But the question is, how can we take parts from that and put it into our beloved Coupe sports car and make it crazy? So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited to see. It's all over. I just mentioned a bunch of stuff. I would love hybrid all-wheel drive GT500. I think it's there. I think it's doable. I would love them to have different opportunities. Maybe have a stick shift Megazilla motor in there. Balls to the wall, just go for it. But the reality is, Ford, and I've had these conversations. I've sat at these tables, guys. I wish they loved drag racing more. They're not a fan of drag racing or straight line speed. They really like the track. I mean, look, these are huge brakes on the Dark Horse. They're basically GT500 brakes in the front and 350 brakes in the rear, and they are heavy and they are big. And you know, us that like drag racing, we want smaller brakes, lighter cars, more power, and go straight. But what we found is Ford is going more towards, and this is okay. This is what they're towards, is more the track cars, more the drifting cars. You know, they like what Vaughn Gittin Jr. does. They like to do what the track is. They're just not really into the drag racing straight line speed stuff, which is what this is what Mopar did. They came in with the Hellcat. They went straight line speed. They didn't care anything else, and they found a formula that works. Now, they guillotined it. They killed it, which I think was a huge mistake, but this is not a Mopar channel, so I don't really care. But we'll see what happens. I heard some things that they're going to come out with the inline six Dodge Charger or whatever, but they're basically copying Ford at this point by trying to go EcoBoost. They're doing a twin turbo V6 TRX now. It's all over the place. But we'll stick it here because we're still a V8 muscle car that's the, you know, king of the hill and hanging on for now. So guys, I appreciate if you get that likes up. We got 159 people in the chat. 46 likes. Let's get them up. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get more into the live streams with you guys because it is hard to keep up with all the comments. At least we get to chat on a one-on-one and just talk about it. But let's talk about, I wanted to talk about the races that we did do with the 24 Mustang so far. And, you know, I put some fun stuff out on Instagram and shorts or reels or whatnot about my races with the 24 Mustang. And listen, I don't pay anybody. Like, I happen to win those races, and that's what's happening. What's up, Tech Collar? Chris A, thanks for checking in. The most intriguing race I had was with the S550 versus the S650, which was my boy. He had a stock. It was so hard to find a stock, non-tuned S550 to race. You'd be shocked. But basically what happened was, from a dig, it was no contest. I had an ET Street SS. He had the stock tires on. It just wasn't a match. It was always me from a dig. From a roll was very impressive. Appreciate it, Thor's Hammer. I like that handle, by the way. Basically what happened to me, what I found out was on a roll, the S650 was right there, but after it hit about that third to fourth shift, it jumped past the S550. Now this is stock. Now, this is what's so important, is that when the cars are unlocked and tunable, and they will be, we're not dealing with, you know, cryptic security here. Like, that's crazy. I mean, they unlocked the C8s, unlocked F-150s. HP Tuners is working on it right now, as I'm told. You know, I have contacts all over the industry telling me that once that is set up, we'll be flying. And you know me, I'm going to tune these both, and hopefully we don't blow them up and we go from there. But we're going to be excited to see what these cars do with tunes and the Whipple's coming, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, mod for mod, so far, even when you mod the S650, it is faster. It is faster than S550. Now, people want the car to be, I don't know, half a second faster. And I get it, right? Because it's a newer model, it's more horsepower. But remember, with more safety equipment, more tech, it's not going to be as dramatic. But so far, I haven't, and I'm saying this humbly, a lifestyle. No, it's not. Well, listen, you can say that, but you can look at my videos, and you know the proof's in the pudding. So we go from there. But you know, the point is, so far from what I've raced, I haven't lost, and that's just the reality. I've done it, and I have raced the dark horse against the 350, and the dark horse did lose. So we have it there, because dark horse does have less horsepower than 350. In a straight line, the 350 will take it because it has more RPM, more horsepower. But I'm curious to see the lap times of the dark horse versus 350. But at the end of the day, what we got to celebrate is not just compete amongst each other and kind of like be cannibals, but say, hey, yo, we got V8s for another generation, whereas Camaros are dead, Hellcats are dead, we stay alive. But it's impressive to me the amount of vitriol that is out there for the S650, but it'll calm down eventually. It's taking a little bit longer than I'm used to. When we got the 2018 Mustang, when Black Mamba right back there, everybody was talking trash on the digital dash sucked and it looked like a catfish, and now everyone's saying it's the best Mustang of all time. So, that's how it goes. But, we'll see what happens with all that. And remember, guys, also what we're here to do is not just to talk about the 24 Mustang, the GT500, and S50 or S50, but remember, tonight, midnight, I think you got about 5 hours left. Grab a shirt. Our shirts are not $40. They're $20, $25. You grab a t-shirt, you enter to win a car. Again, we like to joke. We're a small community. We're small, but we satisfy kind of deal. Okay, hold on. Christopher Pugh. Why are we talking about the Cowboys right now, guys? I mean, last time I checked, y'all got boat raced by the 49ers. All right, let's just go from there. But we ain't going to talk about sports right now. You guys know I'm an Eagles fan, and we did lose the Jets, so I can't talk trash right now. But anyways, what sucks too? I have a lot of Texas watchers, and I do get a lot of people saying, Cowboys or whatever. But hey, listen, in a few weeks, I think week 9 we're playing, so we'll see what happens. But right now, I really can't pump my chest. The Jets kicked our butts, so hey, that was a tough game to watch. But hey, we'll go from there. I love everybody, but when it comes to football, I gotta rep my birds. But I digress. Yes, I am from South Jersey, from New Jersey, the pothole state. So we'll go from there. Appreciate you, Dan. To talk, good point, Dan. What you're talking about is basically this is my out. All right. We haven't done this before, where we've actually given people a chance who win a car to take a cash option instead. And the fact is, the Black Mamba. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. It's a lot of car, and it's not something for the faint of heart. It's a race car, and a lot of people want to do their own journey. They have like a base Mustang. They want to whipple it. They want to twin turbo it. They want to put the wheels they want. They want to put the body kit they want on themselves. That's okay. So what you got to do, you can simply say, and we'll have this conversation on the air. You say, listen, StangMode, I love the car. I want the money. I'm like, all right. So that's how that will go. If you are so fortunate to enter and to win. So, that's kind of how that goes. And that's just an opportunity to see what happens. And Chris A, I understand what you're saying. I wish I got rid of Hulk. Hulk, I said it a million times and I'll say it again. I learned so much from the experience with Hulk, but I was ready to move on. We got it 3.5 years ago. We got it in 2020, January, before the pandemic, before everything went to hell. We got it. We enjoyed it. It was my first Shelby GT500 ever. I had a great ride with it. We did the cams. We blew the motor. And then we built the motor. We almost went 8s. We went 9.1 at 159. We didn't get the 8s on it. We put the kitchen sink in it. It's not a drag car. That DCT is not consistent or happy on the drag. It's a good road car, but I wish I can keep them all. Trust me. But there is an overhead thing. We got bills to pay and mods to get, and Hulk was at a point where the mortgage payment a month wasn't the best, and the market was good at the time, where I can actually make some money back on the car. So we had to pull that trigger. Basically, we pulled that trigger too because these cars behind us, they are pricey. A Dark Horse is expensive. The blue GT, you're looking at these two cars. They're about the price of a Track Pack 500. This was $70. that was about 55. So that's about 100 and what, 25. My math sucks. 125 grand. So it wasn't. Jack, you want me to say happy birthday, Jack? But you know, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me what you ordered from the website. You know, listen. If you guys want me to give you shout outs, I need to have your Mamba order number, and we'll go from there. No, I'm just teasing. I learned a lot, but that time had come to a pass, right? We did it, and for better or for worse, it sounds like I'm talking about a wedding here. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely behind the scenes. It's not easy to deal with that of the motor blowing up multiple times, and I don't want that to happen to these cars, right? And I'm curious to see what it does on the Whipple with the Ford ECU, because the Ford programmers are the ones who did this car, the Whipple tune. It wasn't done by Whipple. It was the Ford, I would say Ford worked with Whipple for the actual tune of the car. So it's going to drive OEM. So I'm curious to see, because this 10-speed is so smooth compared to, that gets me to another point. And see, I'm rambling here. Let me have some more of my apple juice. Pardon me. But happy birthday, Jack. What the point I was trying to make was, the people that haven't driven this car or haven't raced this car are the ones who are crying the most about it. I mean, listen, most people who haven't driven the car or raced it or taken it around a track or driven it for more than an hour are the ones who are complaining the most about it. So, like I said, if you have a friend or you have a dealer that'll let you take it out, I would take it out and enjoy it, because one of the things I like most about it, and this is going to be silly, going to be stupid, but you're going to get it if you get one. I love the fact that we have a new steering rack, and we can make a real U-turn in the S650. I would do K-turns for life in the GT500. I couldn't cut a real turn. So I love that. I do love, and listen, the iPad screens are, yes, they are different. They're not the double brow that we're used to. But at night, you definitely feel like David Hasselhoff. You feel like Knight Rider, and it feels good. And you know, you want to feel like you're in something different, because you know you're in something more futuristic. It feels like you're in something special. And there's nothing to take away from and I think that what that does is that gives more gravitas, that gives more power to the S550. Thank you for the text reminder, Brandon. I appreciate you shouting that out. If you sign up for email and text alerts, a lot of people don't do that, but we give you a lot of deals and discounts through the text that people don't get normally, which I give shout outs on stuff. But the S550, like, this is my favorite S550 right now. I'm gonna tell you, if you want to go fast and destroy everybody and hurt everybody's feelings outside of a fully blown twin turbo Lamborghini or a freaking Calvo Viper, you're gonna get a 5.0 base car and then twin turbo it and go from there. But if you want to really enjoy the best driving experience in a S550, you get a Shelby GT350R. That is by far the most crazy driving experience you ever have. And that is, again, that is not the fastest. And you're probably thinking, why you say GT500? I had 3 GT500s in the last 3 years. Nothing wrong with that. But the problem is with the GT500, you need a big road. You need a lot of road and a lot of room to really enjoy it. That's a heavy car, and you need a lot of room to enjoy it. With the 350 and 350R, you have a lot of RPM. You have this beautiful sound of the Voodoo, and in my opinion, it's the best looking S550. That's why it's my favorite S550. And then it goes GT500, then it goes GT, then it goes Mach 1, then it goes EcoBoost. Hey, listen, I still roll my roots, sorry. But that's what I feel, and I think what we'll do is I will eventually I'll look for a 350R when the time is right, just to have that stock wise. So I think that was just a car that we'll look back on 10 years from now and say, hey, that car was just ahead of its time with the look, the sound, and all that stuff. For me, my favorite GT500 will still be a 13 or 14 GT500, because if you don't know, we still have the S197 V6 2006 Mustang. College Mamba. But the S197 GT500 is so, hey, Dan, thank you for $2. Do you know Gray Hair Garage? See his Mach 1 cool. I don't know Gray Hair Garage, but I'll check him out, and I appreciate him. I appreciate the $2. It means a lot. Thank you so much. But getting back to what I was saying was the S197 GT500 is my favorite GT500 because it's so visceral. Stick shift. It's raw. It's like really, it sounds corny. It's untamed, right? The GT500, the S550 GT500, the 2020 plus GT500 is almost boring. And I say this in a very humble way. It's boring because it's so easy. It's so easy to drive fast. You're driving in like, it feels like in a Lincoln Town car. You pop it into track or drag mode. The lightning shifts, this is how you do the DCT. You need a lot of room to go fast, but guess what? You get a lot of stairs or whatever. So I'll go 350R, S550, and a 1314 GT500. That'll be like my Shelby like dream garage. That's kind of what I want as far as that's concerned. I don't know how I got here, but we're here together, and that's how we got here. But that brings me full circle to the S650 GT500, because I guess the point is that's the last one, That is, unless somehow, I don't want to get political here, but I will. I hope Trump wins. I'll just be real with you. If Trump does win, I feel like hopefully there'll be some legislation going on where this EV crap kind of goes away and we have to deal with it, because I really would like the V8s to come back. I don't know if we need to have like 4 EVs and we can still have 2 V8s, but that'll be nice. But that's besides the point. I hope this next GT500, if it is our last V8 Mustang, we'll see. Type on Hall, how you doing, StangMode? What's something good? Do you watch the Throttle House video? Oh, Throttle House video, yes. I had a chance to meet those gentlemen at the Ford Mustang GT driving event in California. Nicest guys. I wish them all the best. So much success. So real, so polite, so kind. They made me feel like I had 1 million subscribers. They were so cool. Thank you, Ed Thomas from Australia. Appreciate you. They didn't really like the GT performance. And I was like, ooh, and they did very slow lap time in it. But they loved the Dark Horse. And I had asked Ford, I said, why would you get a Dark Horse over a GT performance pack? And there's so much in the Dark Horse that is taken from the S550 that's just perfect. Trans cooler, diff cooler, Magna Ride, all the suspension bits, the brakes from the 350, the stuff from the GT500, the new steering rack, the aero, the look, in my opinion, is a little bit better than the base GT. But again, I understand the price situation. That sucks, and dealerships suck because they're still charging 5-10K over. But shout out to Sheridan, they didn't give me a markup. But I hope these cars drop, and I hope dealers stop doing markups, because we deserve this car out on the road, and people deserve to own it. And I think that, you can still get a base Dark Horse for 60, and I think that's a good price. But everything over 70 is a lot. But when you start getting, I wouldn't get the carbon fiber wheels on this. That's $8,000. No, you don't need that. Do you need the handling pack? Yes, I would get the handling pack on this car. But believe it or not, the car I love to drive right now the most is this Dark Horse. This car right here, between the Dark Horse and the GT, this is just such a better car to drive. This car right here, we're gonna boost it and then see what it does. And I got on good authority, that could be a giveaway car, but you didn't hear that from me. It's speculation. But if you sign up for email and text alerts, you might find out that Papa Smurf's a giveaway car. All right, the secret's out, so stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens. But let's be real. I do really good giveaways. They're really good cards, but I digress. But to get back to the Throttle House video, what Throttle House did was they raced the car. It beat the Camaro 1LE. It beat the GT. It beat the GT500. Now, the GT500 is, again, I said you need more room. It's a lot of power and a heavy car for their small track. It did beat the Mach 1. Now, there has been some debate about it beat it by 1 second. Now, if you look into now I'm not a track guy. I'm a drag racer. So think about in terms of tenths, right? We talk about tenth. I just said Holly Yeet. Yeah, we said stay tuned for that. In terms of tenths, this car beat it by a second, the Mach 1. Now that Mach 1 they did race had a little bit of mods on it, had some weight reduction, had some things that we don't know about. Terry, appreciate you from California. Thanks so much. So these are great cars. If you get a Mach 1, which we did give away one, it was a phenomenal car. If you get a Dark Horse, which in my opinion is my favorite Mustang to drive right now, you got a great car. If you have S50, you have a great car. But I think that Ford needs to come out with something that's going to compete in the space of the E-Ray or Z06 C8 Corvette, because GTD is way up there, and I don't think we have anything right now in that gap. So, I'm expecting something massive. If we don't, I think that's going to be a big mistake by Ford not to have it. And I'd be highly disappointed. Because, I think that we as the Mustang faithful deserve to have that car. The GTD is beautiful. I saw it in person. I got to see it. It's great. But 300K is a lot. Now, I would think that the next GT500 will start at 100 and go to 125, 130, like the Corvette E-Ray. But what's going to happen is if we get the hybrid all-wheel drive system in it, it'd be pretty good. David, yeah, we got to see the Flat Rock Assembly is really good, and shout out to a lot of people. A lot of people at the Flat Rock Assembly who support this channel give me a lot of stuff that I share with you, so I appreciate them. They mean a lot. But again, just to remind you guys, if you don't know, and if you're tuning in and then we're just talking trash and hanging out, definitely remember the giveaway ends at midnight tonight. The last chance to enter, link in the description, and grab a t-shirt for $20. $20. I could be calling you. And like I said before, the last thing you're thinking about right now is probably a giveaway, because the economy sucks and eggs are like $20. But if you grab a t-shirt, you never know. I'd love to call you and give you a car, or you can take the cash instead, and we'll go from there. I like to fly you out. We had some stuff people just wanted the car flown sent to them, but I'd love to fly you out, and then we have some dinner and hang out, and we have a good time. But to get back to what we were saying, that is the next hope. The S650 GT500 is going to be the next kind of like, hey, will we see something crazy? Will we see finally an all-wheel drive hybrid, crazy wide body GT500, a Cobra R, or a King of the Road, or something like that? Because I think we deserve it. I asked Shelby American, I said, are we going to see a S650 variant of Shelby? And I was told, like, we're working on it. So SEMA's coming in the next few weeks. We'll see what happens there. But from what I'm told, expect a big reveal April, Mustang's 60th birthday next year. Of course, we'll bring you everything we have as it gets there. And we'll find out what's going on. And we'll go from there. But, let me get to some of your questions here, guys. If you enter for the giveaway, tell me what you ordered in the comments. So, again, working to get you those orders. We're not Amazon, but Nicole is on standby. If you have questions, you can call us, text us, email us. We'll get back to you. Appreciate you. Listen, shout out to Texas, man. Like, nothing against Jersey or whoever. I love people checking in. But I really appreciate the love from Texas. I got to go back. I haven't been to Texas in like 3 years. Last time I went was for Demonology's event. And I think it was Demonology. It's just a 6th event. We went over there. And it was so much love in Texas. And I really appreciate it. There's some fast cars in Texas. You guys are really fast. If you don't have 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower is like NA over there. So you got flat roads. But I'm going to have to go there because they closed. Benjamin Matute, what is your favorite Mustang? The next one? No, I'm just kidding. No, the favorite Mustang, we talked about it. Right now, I'm really enjoying the Dark Horse, but if I had to pick, I would pick a 350R. This is just stock. We're just talking about stock cars. 350R and a S197 GT500 would be my favorite. So we'll go from there. Yeah, Texas is Ford country. That makes sense, David. Things are changing. we don't know. Ford is really, I can see the Mustang becoming its own brand actually, because if you think about it, we already have the Mach-E, we already have all these coupes, they have all these race cars, GTD, but we'll see what happens. Listen, Perry Ford, I appreciate those people who like and subscribe. We try. And remember, you guys who hit me up on Instagram, you guys help the channel because you guys are sending me updates and information all the time, which I can share with you, which helps us. So we go a long way. And listen, yeah, Thor's hammer, it sucks, dude. To talk about, I never got a chance to do a video on the ACO closing because that was damaging to the to me. ACO, I've been racing at since I was in high school, and we did so many videos there. We were only 15 minutes away from the track, and they closed ACO like in the middle of the night when it was just. I was in Florida. I was in California. Sorry, for the S650 drive, and they didn't even let us close out the year. They just closed it, and now we got to drive. It sucks. I was hoping to really do a lot of content there with the S650, but you know, drag strips are closing across the country, and it's really like, it's sad. And you know what happens is like, how can you really, you know, street racing is going to increase. Everyone's going to go to Mexico more. Like I try not to drag race or street race. I mean, because one is dangerous. Two, I don't want to, I got ticket. I don't want to get any tickets. But you know, for what I do with cars, you know, I can't afford to have my car impounded or lose my license and things like that, or my sponsorships with Ford and other companies to street race. But it's so easy to street race, right? You just go out there, 3 a.m, honk, count 3, you know, out. But you know, when you try, it's funny when you try to do things the right way, you still get screwed. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? The drag strip closed, and I got to drive 2 hours each way just to race 10 to 12 seconds. A good question about the airport. Mystifier pulled a lot of strings. Most airports are insurance city, but luckily the manager of the airports is a fan of the channel, and the reason I don't race there every day is because he has to wait till the schedule opens up, but there's no planes landing at a Pacific time, and he lets me have it for a couple hours, and I'm able to go. So, and they can't be crazy cars because they don't have much room, and they don't want crazy burnouts and everything. So mostly stock races are there. But I'll try to keep going there to bring you that content. Most of you stock for stock cars. And even when we get the Whipple on the S650, we'll see what it does. You know, I'm gonna say 700 to 800 horsepower, probably 650 to 700 wheel. So, but we'll put Steeda suspension on there. I think it'll be a real big win if you could run 9s on the Whipple S650 kit with pump gas. Maybe throw some MS109, maybe some Boostane. But if you can, you know, see the suspension, do what it has to do. Remember, you know, they did, I'm forgetting the name of the other company. Of course, they did 11, low 11s with all their stuff. Their other company did with nitrous, they went 10s already. But I'm curious to see what the Whipple does on Pump 93, still, and it's 50 state emissions legal. Now remember, there's something you guys have to remember. This is why I'm so excited about the Whipple kit. When Anna's 350 was boosted, we couldn't get it past inspection here because it was boosted. When you get the Whipple kit on the S650, you will pass state inspection. That's a big deal. If you move, you sell the car, you want to make sure the cars pass inspection, because now what they're doing is they're plugging in. They're not just looking with a little light for a muffler for the cat. They're plugging into the actual ECU and making sure it's a stock OEM file. So they know. You can't, there's a lot of ways that you'd be surprised. You can't get around these guys no more the way it used to be. That's why the Whipple kit's so exciting, because 50 state emissions legal supercharger kit is pretty cool. And the fact that it will pass emissions is even better. And the fact that you get a Whipple warranty with it is even greater. And with supporting parts, you go, hey, that's a pretty good deal. But again, when ours comes in, we're going to do all that. We're going to show you the install. We're gonna show you of course, the dyno champions. Everyone's a dyno warrior. This is what I don't really do dyno videos like that. I got smacked on the wrist many years ago because like a 600 horsepower NA dyno, and it was just the dyno was happy. The drag strip is how you test how fast your car is. Can I repeat myself? The drag strip is how you test how fast your car is. Let me say it for the people in the back. The drag strip is how you test how fast your car is. Okay. It is not a dyno sheet. I know plenty of cars that are dyno champions that can't make it down the track. I know plenty of cars that have crazy dyno numbers and have never run a good time. The drag strip is how you measure. Your ET slip is how you measure how fast your car is. I say it all the time, but for some reason, everybody wants to throw around dyno numbers as if that is the end all and be all. Listen, I can turn the timing up. We could put some nitrous in these cars and they can make like 600 horsepower. They'll blow up, but you'll say, hey, listen, they make 600 horsepower on the dark horse. It doesn't matter because you can't put the power down. You can't show the time slip. There's no point. So, that's why I encourage people to go to the drag strip or go to the Pocono Racing and Rent like we do at Race Motive, and you can roll your car and see what it does. But, for me, the drag strip really tells the time. And that's where you're going to find the fast cars. And you're going to see your limits. So, and you're not going to gain a second every time you go to the drag strip. If you gain a tenth, if you gain a couple tenths, a couple mile an hour, dude, that is exactly how you know you're making progress. Like, we went 12.3, 12.4 stock. We went 11.9 at 118. We gained 4 tenths and 3 mile an hour with a drag pack and rate reduction on the S650. That is really good. Like, people want to see, like, you get 8s with the drag pack. The fact that you can lose 4 tenths and gain 3 mile an hour is phenomenal. And when it gets colder, like someone just mentioned in the comment section, when it's November weather and you're going to keep going faster, like a lot of people, I have to say this, Mamba I got in November 20, I think 18, it might have been 17, I forget. We had negative DA. It was Gucci Atco Air, negative 1,000 DA. That's how I ran a 12.1 stock. And listen, that's what the number was, right? We'll see what this car does. I'm going to drop this car off at Evolution next week. I'm shout out to Evolution Performance. I'm working with them for the 24 Mustangs. I saw what they did with the GT500 Villain, and I was talking to Fred Cook, and we just were like, listen, let's do a build together. We haven't done one yet, so that's what we're gonna do with the S650 and Papa Smurf. Very intimidating name, I know. But we're gonna put the Steeda suspension on there and then go back to the drag strip, see what that does, and we might not replicate what Steeda does because listen, 11.2 is kind of crazy. Plus, Steeda had like their whole catalog, which I think was like a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars. We're gonna get like the stop hop kit, some drag springs. And then, see what it does from there. Try to gain a couple tenths, again, is a key. Then you throw the Whipple on. Then you start playing around with weight reduction, some good gas, some good air. And like I said, I think I'd be very happy with a low 10, high 9 on pump gas in a S650 without being tuned yet. And listen, in my opinion, some of the best tuners are out there for the S5, for the Mustang platform in general. They're so good. We're spoiled as Mustang owners. Lund, Palm Beach, Rob, they're all just phenomenal companies, and they make our cars really fast, and they make us look really cool. And when that time comes for them to be unlocked, it's going to be so fun. So what's up? Yo, Xander in the house, my boy. Listen, I got to get up with this guy. He's been so busy. I watched his last video. He's doing all types of stuff for different shops now. I think he's wrapping cars. He's getting I don't want to spoil it. I think he's getting an X650. Not sure. So, but I'm excited for him. I'm excited him come back to the Mustang fold. No, he's always been a Mustang guy. But great channel, great friend, great guy. And I can't believe me and Xander have been doing this for 5+ years, guys. Think about it. 5 years. Like, most TV shows don't last 5-6 years. We've been doing this stuff. We've been doing Mustang videos. I'm over 1,000 videos. I always tell my daughter, listen, when Daddy goes to heaven, you just watch my YouTube videos. Don't look at the comments. I said, Daddy gets a lot of hate, but You know, you can watch Daddy on YouTube because I have 1,000 videos. That is a lot. What's up, Professor? Appreciate you guys checking in. No, it's fun, you know. Look, my boy Xander. You know what I want to highlight? People like Xander and people who have had, like, basically, Xander's like me. He's had like almost every S550 you can think of, driven them, reviewed them, whatever. I love watching their actual review of the S650 because they can tell you like really what the deal is. Not people who have never driven the car or look at a dyno number or know that maybe they're not tunable right now and just say it sucks, you know? How about people who have driven the car, who now own the car? I would follow what they're saying because they're the people that have a legitimate opinion. Because again, if you just say, oh, dude, look at my dude. HPR, Big Ken. Yo, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Ken is the man. HPR Automotive, he's come a long way. He used to be Speed Addict 731. This guy has been so helpful to me, so kind to me, and I'm so excited for his success over in Tennessee. He was a Ford tech, Ford master mechanic. Now he does his own shop. He's installing ESS tuning kits all over the place, builds fast Mustangs, the Midwest. He has it on lock. Check out Speed Addict, or HPR Automotive. Love that guy. Great dude. So they're at the track. Love it. Like, where's my invite, guys? I would fly out. I got to get up with these guys. So good dudes, good people, just wholesome, just stand-up people. So I appreciate them. But what's up? What is Vladimir saying? Hybrid or all-wheel drives. We talked about that, Vladimir, is that I would like to see if it's possible or doable. I would like to see an all-wheel drive hybrid GT500 because I just want to hit it from the light. I just want to hit it and go 0 to 60 in like 2.5 seconds too. I just want to just gun it because, funny story, got the Explorer ST. That car takes off from a dig. Obviously, the top end's not there. It's a big SUV, but I love the way that car feels from a dig. I love a Mustang to just hit it from a dig. And now this car hits it pretty good from a dig, but it's still rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drive, 800 horsepower Mustang. Let's go. Oh man, that'd be so cool. And it would help too. A lot of people have spent it. Listen, that accident that happened, God bless that guy. I hope he's okay. I hope his Mustang things work out. I hope he has figured something out with his insurance. But I don't understand. And grace of God, and I appreciate it, how people keep crashing these Mustangs, man. Like I don't know. I just don't understand if the precautions that aren't being taken. We talked about make sure your tires are warm, but you know, be careful. Don't turn traction control off if you don't know what you're doing. But it takes a good, like, by the grace of God, I've blown motors, but I haven't ever totaled my Mustang or crashed it because guess what I do? Here's a secret to not crashing your Mustang. If you feel it starting to spin, get out of it. Okay? Here's a little secret, guys. Get out of it if it starts to lose control and then steer into the spin and you'll be fine. Don't stay in that thing. And don't slam on the brakes either. So knock on wood, that could continue to be, safe with, my guardian angel that nothing happens. Because believe it or not, you can get in an accident with an 11, 12-second Mustang just as much as you can with an 8-second Mustang. But I tell you right now, I don't understand how people keep doing it. Because it's like, I don't know if these are fake videos or CGI, but I feel like every day someone sends me a new video about a Mustang. Even the new Mustangs crashing or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have experience with Ford GT. It was awesome, but again, it was on local roads and I didn't get a chance to do it at a track. So it's like, that's where you want to wake up that car. That car is gorgeous. It's a $500,000 car from Ford. Now it's worth like $2 million. And I fear that's going to happen with a GTD. I feel like the people that get approved for it are going to get a GTD, mothball it, and wait 3 to 5 years and try to sell it for $1 million. And I think that's going to be such a tragedy. I'm going to say, listen, Ford, why don't you give me one for rent for like 6 months to a year, and I'll give it right back to you. I just want to do content with it. What's up? So Just to talk about the relationship with Ford for a second. I'm only here thanks to you guys, like the community. Because like you, I'm just like you guys, and I got lucky that the right people saw the content and enjoyed it, and we just chop it up and we just have a good time. And the fact that I get to be just to fly in the room at a lot of these places and bringing that content is totally my honor, and I'm excited to do it. So I appreciate you guys. If I haven't said it enough, the support, the subscribers we do have, the people that do drop a like, when we have the consistent people that drop a like from 500 to 1,000 likes, like, you're the people that really have brought me to a place of just really being thankful and appreciative. Because if you would have told me, when I got laid off from COVID, I was doing YouTube part-time. I was working as a paralegal. I was also a part-time pastor, and I did YouTube part-time. And COVID just destroyed everything, and all of a sudden we were like, all right, YouTube only. So that was in 2020 in the spring, and we've been doing it three years plus strong, like hard, like really trying to work hard at the end. It all counts, and it all means a lot. So I really appreciate it. And you're doing good when you even have your critics. So I think that's a good thing. Because sometimes I'll like Google my name. And I'm like, oh, that was a little. I'm on a forum and people just want to rip me apart. But the people here that I appreciate, who are liking, subscribing, following in, appreciate you enter the giveaway. That's how we try to do this awesome content for you and keep you abreast of the situation. If it's Mustang GTD, a Mustang EcoBoost, a crashed Mustang rumors, all that kind of good stuff. Guys, I just want to thank you so much for coming into the live. I really want to do more lives, so please continue to check in on the live streams. We're going to try to do them weekly to start and then ramp up from there, because there's so much I want to talk to you guys about, just conversate about everything in the world of Mustang. And we can also chop some shop about the, football and the Eagles and the Cowboys, whatever. But I appreciate you guys. Please check out the giveaway on superstar.com. Appreciate support. We're going to have more live. We'll have some guests come in too. I just want to thank you so much for everything. And good luck to you all. And I hope to be calling one of you in a few weeks. All right, you guys, like and subscribe, because it never ends. Peace. All right, how do I turn this off? I don't even know. You know what? I don't even know how to do this. Oh, X marks the spot. Peace out, y'all.